Hey everyone, this is Matt from Codemic, and I have a story to tell you. A story about how a cartoon short from 1957, inspired by a Disney attraction, led to the creation of one of Pixar's most successful franchises. This is the legacy of the Story of Anyburg U.S.A. Autopia was an opening day attraction at Disneyland in 1955. The ride let drivers young and old experience the thrills of the new Dwight D. Eisenhower interstate system. The concept proved so popular that by 1957, 3 separate versions of the Autopia ride existed at Disneyland. You had the original Tomorrowland Autopia, the Junior Autopia, which opened in 1956, and finally the Midget Autopia, which opened in 1957. Although the Tomorrowland version is not so thrilling in itself, these other versions allowed younger drivers to experience the ride in slower cars and on smaller tracks. If asked what the first Disney movie based off of a ride IP was, what would most people say? Some answers may be The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp, or maybe even that awful Country Bears movie. The true answer to the question is the Story of Anyburg U.S.A., the first Disney movie or short to be based off of one of their theme park rides. What's my proof? Well, let me show you. So here's the proof we're looking for. A supplemental mortgage from Walt Disney Productions from 1955. Let's take a closer look at what this document says about Anyburg U.S.A., and then we'll see the really exciting thing on the next page. On this supplemental mortgage, in the second paragraph, is the really interesting part. Here, Disney is stating they are going to change the name of production number 2478, which is tentatively titled Autopia, and the title will be changed and referred to as The Story of Anyburg U.S.A. This is incredibly interesting. This is a document. This isn't a copy or anything. This is an original, and I'll show you exactly why I know it's an original. I'll just kind of pan down if you want to read that. Another interesting thing, Disney has completed photography of the negative and is referred to as a picture mortgage. So let's take a look at that second page. Dated September 18th, 1956, Walt Disney Productions seal. Right here, you can see the Walt Disney Productions official seal. And next to it, more importantly, the signature of Walt Disney's brother, Roy O. Disney. And underneath that, I believe that's his secretary. Just incredible. I can't begin to explain. My hands are actually trembling because I hadn't looked at this page in a while. Roy O. Disney, I feel like, is often forgotten to the history of his brother, but the guy, if you know anything about Walt Disney and growing up and all the support that Roy did, always financing his dreams, I think he's just as important to the story, and to have something signed by him, the guy's been gone for almost 50 years now, just a couple months after the opening of Walt Disney World. It's truly just incredible. So I'll show you the rest of this document here. It's just some other general notary items and signed by the California something other commissioner here. But again, I think the really incredible things. One, it's the Bank of America, who Disney loved to get massive loans from Disneyland to motion pictures and everything in between. So I'm not actually sure where this document originally came from. I got it from someone who certifies and collects these types of documents. But again, Roy O. Disney. I'm going to get this framed to make sure it's taken care of as a incredible piece. But again, here, The Story of Anyburg U.S.A. and Autopia. Now that we've taken a look at that incredibly interesting name change document, one may wonder what media franchise from Pixar could this have possibly inspired. Well, at this point you probably already have guessed. When Cars was released in 2006, to say it lightly, it was a smash hit. The original film was successful enough to spawn 2 sequels and billions in merchandise sales for Disney. Cars would also go on to serve as the setting for one of the most expensive additions to a Disney park, Cars Land at Disney California Adventure. The ride and land in general proved to be a massive success and helped revitalize the formerly poorly received California Adventure Park. This has been the story of a ride that inspired a cartoon short, that inspired a movie, that inspired a ride. Say that 5 times over. The story of Anyburg U.S.A. was largely forgotten, but its legacy lives on in the films, merchandise, rides, and perhaps most importantly, in the eyes of the Cars franchise. The Royal Disney signature on this document, and perhaps the history of the document itself, make it one of my most prized possessions. As soon as I started doing research into this, I knew the story and its legacy had to be shared with everyone. This has been Matt from Codemic, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other legacy and abandoned history videos, and as always, I'll see ya real soon.